Hi everyone, I'm Kelly. Thank you for coming by my channel. Welcome if this is your first time, and welcome back to my regulars. I'm going to make a Christmas quilt for our nephew and his wife. I'm going to put the pattern up here so you can see it. And anyone who saw my 12 Days of Craftmas video for the start of this, when I was cutting the fabric up and showing you the pattern, I will link that down in the description box. And otherwise, we will just carry on with making it. These are all the fabrics I am going to use to make that Cherish quilt pattern. I will show you a little bit what I'm doing, but not all the measurements and all that and cutting instructions, because the pattern was purchased by me and you will have to do the same from villarosadesigns.com. I have these squares and rectangles cut out as per the pattern instructions now, ready to be laid out. I'm just checking on the pattern. There are 4 rows that are composed of the rectangles and the squares, and the pattern on the photo has them all mixed up, but it does say if you want, you can have all 4 of your rows exactly the same. I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to play around with putting some of the squares and rectangles up and see what it looks like. I think I like that so far for 1 row. I'll put you in fast motion and try out another row. Alrighty, I think I have my layout. There's only 6 different fabrics, so it's hard to get them all perfect, but I did try to vary them up as much as I could, and I took a photo of it so that I would remember and be able to refer to it. Some of the pieces I pinned just to make sure they wouldn't fall off. Now I have the 4 pieced rows finished, and I have to sew the row with just the big print in between them all. Okay. Getting there. All of the rows are put together. Now I do have to trim them, obviously, because there's too much on the large print fabric, but I'll trim that up and I'll get it up on the wall so we can have a good look at it, and I will measure the amount of sides so I can do the borders. This is where Villa Rosa Designs pattern ends. For anybody who's been around my channel for a while, you know that I sometimes change things up. I don't think this is big enough. I want to make it bigger. The design size for the pattern is 41 by 57. Mine's a bit shorter. It's more like 40 3/4 because I do a little bit of straightening up. But it's pretty much bang on 57. So, I'm going to use the plain red as a border. Probably 2 inches. So, something like that. I think that'll look good. So I'll get the borders done and show you what it looks like. Now, this is a width of fabric piece and it is 5 inches. So I'm just going to cut it in half to have a 2.5 inch cut. And it should be long enough because it's with the fabric. So it's 41. So I think this cut in half will be a top and a bottom. And then I will just piece the rest so it all fits. Okay, well, there it is, I think. I decided against 2 borders. I think it's a good enough size. I have to trim it slightly. But I think the red border sets it off, and I will use that same red for the binding. So I just have to get some backing, and then hopefully get it quilted sometime. This was a fun pattern to do and pretty easy. I think I'll use it again sometime. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it.